wrote an article ranking the starting and backup quarterbacks in the AFC North. So here's how you laid it out. You had Lamar Jackson 1, Joe Burrow 2, Deshaun Watson 3, Russell Wilson of the Steelers 4, Winston 5, Browning from the Bengals 6, Justin Fields from the Steelers 7, and Josh Johnson from the Ravens 8. So take us through that and just kind of how you arrived at it.
Yeah, with Lamar, like I know the debate between Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow is very close, but in the end, Lamar's got 2 MVPs, and Joe Burrow's ended 2 of his 4 seasons on season-ending IR. So that's where I think Burrow's a better passer. He throws with such anticipation, and he just throws guys open. It's just ridiculous the way he throws the ball. But I think Lamar's come a long way as a thrower. He's really grown in Baltimore, and the dude you can't. Sometimes you just can't. I remember Jadeveon Clowney throwing the shoe in that primetime game because they just chased Lamar around all night and they just couldn't bring him to the ground. And like that's number one to me, man. Like that's a very unique thing that he can do. And so I put him at the top of the list. With Watson, he's right there. Him and Russell Wilson are dudes that a couple of years ago were really, really good. And the last couple of times we've seen them, they just haven't been. But I can easily see this division having 4 really freaking good quarterbacks if those two are able to recapture it. And we saw a little bit of that from Russell Wilson. We saw a little bit of that from Deshaun Watson last year. So we'll see in a better situation for Russ, I think, this year, because I don't think Sean Payton ever wanted to coach him, but that's neither here nor there. But behind it, I think Jameis is probably the best backup in the league because or not necessarily the league, but the division, because who else is thrown for 5,000 yards and 30 touchdowns? That's a backup quarterback in this division. I'm aware of the 30 interceptions, but we're not going to talk about that. But I love what Jake Browning did last year in Cincinnati because he's the ultimate take what they give you and limit silly mistakes. And that's what Browning did last year. They go 4-3 with him as a starter. I think he showed with the weapons he has in Cincinnati, he can be really good. Justin Fields definitely, I think in the backup realm has the highest ceiling for the backup quarterbacks in the division because talking about raw physical tools and what he can do, he's the most physically gifted backup quarterback in the division. And then you just got Josh Johnson, a dude that's played for he's played for everybody but Pittsburgh in the AFC North. So he's been around for a really long time, but he's just kind of a tread water guy. If you have to play him, you're not very high on your chances.
I'm curious to see Deshaun Watson in this system because it doesn't feel like they've tried to cater an offense around him until this season.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if he take what the defense gives him to heart. I'm not saying that's all he needs to do. He doesn't need to turn into like a check down Charlie or anything like that. But there are going to be opportunities for guys like David Njoku after the catch, Jerry Jeudy after the catch, where he's not always going to have to go for like a kill shot, big play all the time, which sometimes it felt like he was kind of pressing and trying to get everything back right away. Like if you get the second half of that Baltimore game all year long, and he takes the dump offs when he needs to, he can bounce right back into the top 10 in the NFL.